So what is up, everyone? Today is Wednesday, January 28th. I'll be trading the Nasdaq like I always do. So I'm coming to the session with a bullish bias. I feel like it's just really obvious that we're like trending up higher time frame. Damn, there wasn't even a 30-second entry off that. I mean, we are trading inside, like we put an SMT at Asia lows. So honestly, I literally could see this low over here being low of day. I mean, like I obviously have to be like reactive, but honestly, I feel like somewhere down here really could be like low of day. And I'm just expecting us to continue up. I feel like when you look at like the higher time frame, for example, like 1 hour, we're just trending up. We've taken out this low. And like if you look though, it's kind of interesting. Like ES actually took out the all-time high. Like that is the all-time high that ES just took out. Oh wait, I forgot my chart's messed up. That looks better. How's everyone's day going though? Honestly, I feel like today might be a good day, even though we're kind of overextended. He said FOMC is bearish all the way. I mean, yeah, it's not FOMC just yet. FOMC's at 2 today? I mean, it's always at 2. It's at, yeah, 2 and 2:30, yeah. I feel like the morning before FOMC isn't usually the cleanest. But we'll see. Oh, and I did try my weather model trade today. So if you guys aren't aware, I'm making this YouTube video about how I'm trying this model called, I call it the weather model, where you essentially, is my orders not here? I literally went long. Are we kidding me? What? Is TradeAway having issues? If I do it now, is it going to go through? Oh wait, it just says working. I guess TradeAway might be having issues. Whatever. I saw some other prop firm talking about that. You said today we long according to the weather model. Yeah, exactly. I was trying to long. I guess I'll count it toward my statistic to see if it wins or loses, but I don't know why TradeAway's giving me a hard time. You said, what's good, Tim? What's the bias for today? I'm pretty long bias, but what's good, Kane? How are you? Yeah, you said TradeAway's having issues. We can't trade. Yeah, I'm realizing that. You know, this is I wonder if this is like the first time in history that I'm glad I'm on Project X because that one's actually working. Vizid said 30 cents of doom. What's up, Vizid? How are you, bro? So I'm not gonna lie, I have a market order that says it's working. As long as we stay below the opening price, I'll leave it on my like weather model trade account, which is basically just gambling. I mean, I don't recommend you guys copy that at all. You said I'm down $100, bro. I mean, $100 isn't that much in the grand scheme of things, though. You said, good morning, Tim. How are you doing today? I'm pretty good. How about you? Can't complain. I wish TradeAway was working. I guess I saw MCO2 try to say something. I guess I'm gonna get rid of Nightbot. I guess it said stop spamming caps. You can ignore that. I'm just gonna stop that. I was trying to try out Nightbot, but I'm just gonna give up on that. You said I'm doing splendid. What about chat? What are you guys doing? You said good morning. What's up? Is TradeVate working now? I saw a message. You said TradeVate down? Yeah, I think TradeVate's down, Joey. At least for prop firms. You said doing well. I'm glad to hear that, MCO2. You said I pray that we have beautiful price actions yesterday. Honestly, me too. It's the morning before FOMC, so it might not be the best. I like that we pulled down, though. Honestly, if we can get a clear inversion going back up, I might try it. You said I think the market's going to be choppy? I mean, yeah, it is. I like your thinking. I mean, it is the morning before FOMC. I feel like we've been moving with some good volume, though. So there's like this tiny 1 minute. The only thing is, yeah, we're most likely going to open up this 2 minute. Honestly, I feel like best case scenario for me to take a long would be like, let's say if we were to open up like, let's say a 3 minute gap down here or something. Like that might be nice. Oh, and also just so you guys know, about like today at noon, I'm dropping a YouTube video about how I deal with like losing streaks. I think it's a pretty good video, so definitely look out for that at like noon Eastern Standard Time today. So essentially like what, 2.5 hours? We're reacting up. Are we gonna open up a 2 minute? No, we did open up a 2 minute. So this 2 minutes probably gonna be the highest time frame gap in this leg, unless we open up this. No, there's no 3 minute. I'm bugging. It is 2 minutes the highest time frame. The break even point. Okay, wait, I gotta lock in here. Is there an S&T at the high? Ooh, this is. Why is this so beautiful? A 45 point stop. So honestly, if this candle shoots up and closes to this 2 minute, I'm probably going to take this. We have like 40 seconds till this candle closes. I'm probably going to go for like a 1-to-1. I got to figure out where I'm going to sell at. But minimum 1-to-1. There is a little like low resistance liquidity above. I like that too. I really hope I can get an entry on this, honestly. Because this looks like a good setup. I like the break-even point's really nice on this. You said NQ tap the overnight shelf and reject it up. So what are we reacting off of? Well, I know we're reacting off of. I remember there's like these 15-minute gaps like down here. Even on like the 1 hour, we're reacting like off a 1 hour gap. I think there's a 4 hour we're reacting off of as well. So we didn't close to this gap just yet, but if we do it next candle, I'm still going to take this. interesting that got cut off. But I hope I get an entry on this because we're just ripping up. This is going to be like, what, a 55 point stop maybe? I mean, even if we give me... I mean, it depends where the close is. I want this thing to pull back. Honestly, even if it gives me not the best close, I feel like drawing liquidity-wise, I'm going to take this. Even if like it leaves a wick at the top. I'm still going to try this. I still got to wait for the close, obviously. But... So 9, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, so I'm in there. So I will go break even when we take that internal high we're going toward. I'll show you guys my executions. So we're moving toward my break even point very quickly. We haven't taken it just yet. We like edged my break-even point, which is like right up here. Never actually took it out, and there's not an S&T up there, so I'm not going break-even just yet. I got a good fill though. I entered right before the candle closed. So technically, I really should have been entering a little higher. But this is a 2-minute inversion, right? Where am I looking to target is the real question. Honestly, yeah, 1-to-1 is just... I'm trying to think, is this all-time high over here? No, it's not. It can't be. I'm just thinking, there's all this low resistance. Honestly, I just feel like because I'm on a losing streak, I should probably just go for 1-to-1. Thought like these highs up here. Good enough. So I'll let this play out. But he said the cloud coverage in New York City, according to the 940 reports, dropped to... This is what I truly think we react off of. Honestly, that would be crazy if you could make money. I mean, honestly, I think you can. Now, imagine how crazy that would be. It's like, yo, how do you trade? What's your methodology? I just use the weather. Imagine if we actually get a pullback where you can set a limit here. I have a feeling it's not gonna. Yeah, it's not gonna pull back. You said, yeah, dudes would be like, who's your mentor? I'd be like, dog, the weather forecast lady from the TV. That's pretty funny. You start selling a mentorship and it's like, oh, well, first we gotta check the... Okay, I gotta be break even. I don't know what that was. Yo, what? What is going... Is there news that I'm not knowing about? Well, I'm break even. I don't know what's going on right now. Technically, this thing actually hit my break even for a second when it was like freaking out. I don't know what that was. That's weird. Dude, what is going on right now? Did I read Forex Factory wrong and miss something? Like, is there 945 news that I'm unaware of? Because that's what it feels like. You said beautiful trade and trade baits down. Yeah, this is like the first time in history I'm like, guys, I'm trading on Project X. You said same trade, pass an eval, and 50% target hit on the other. Hey, that's what's up. I think this thing might stop me at break even, though. I don't know what is going on right now. Like... You said, yeah, I'm happy to be on Project X too. Yes, I never say that. real quick, I just want to check, like, Forex Factory. I'm not bugging. There's no news. Said choppiness, NQ moved under VWAP, volume pressure, slow. I mean, yeah, there's like these stacked highs above. I'm hoping we just keep running all these stacked highs. You said there's yellow folder crude oil inventories, but at 10:30 New York time? Oh, if it's yellow folder, I don't really look at yellow folder. That's probably why I didn't see it. Is this thing gonna stop me at break even? Yeah, it probably is. Yeah, I stopped at break even. So, I mean, trying to think what I do from here. Dude, we so perfectly. Are those equal lows? No, they're relative equal lows. Honestly, if anything, that's probably the reason this is gonna fail. These relative equal lows over here. We could probably get a sweep of these relative equal lows. You said $98 of doom. I took the trade and got out early. Not a bad idea. I mean, honestly, now that I'm reviewing it, I didn't see that we made these relative equal lows. We probably got to sweep these first. And like based on this reaction, it's looking like that. You said glad I did though. Yeah, dude, look at this dump. You said prepare for a bottom. Bulls are blocking. Oh, there is even an SMT at these lows right now, but I really want to see these relative equal lows get taken. I really want to see a reaction off like this low down here. Because there's no 15-minute or 5-minute gap where they're delivering from like internally, right? Oof. You said I'm late, but hello. What's up, Mastering Me? How are you? So we're reacting off a 15-minute on the ES? No, we're reacting off a 15-minute on both, really. Because I know, what, on NQ, there's like a 15-minute down here as well. And the thing is, we're probably going to get like another 2-minute inversion right here. There's an SMT at the lows. There's no 3-minute or 4-minute. You know, I don't want to see us close through here. I want to be tempted by it. You said great. How's everything? Can't complain. How about you, bro? Or well, I don't know if you're a bro or not, but I gotta break myself of that habit. I call everyone bro, and some people don't like being called bro. You know, we're delivering from the 15-minute. There's like an SMT at the lows, like inside that 15-minute gap. The relative equal lows below, though, make this trade sucky. It just looks so... I might have to try this again. I just don't like the relative equal lows below, but I just love this reaction. The SMT below. You said that shit looks stupid, not trading. Not the worst idea. I mean, it is the morning before FOMC as well. Honestly, if we get a good close, only if we get a good close, I'm going to try this. Okay, yeah, I'm in there. Just might stop down at the low. I'll go break even at the internal high. I mean, like, yes, we do have the relative equal lows below, but I just feel like we put it in SMT down here, and it's like, we just so quickly inverse this 2-minute. I don't know. I just feel like we're so bullish higher time frame as well. So I'd be careful. I'm going to wait for a nice trend to form. Yeah, I mean, this isn't the clearest trend. I feel like sometimes, though, entries like this can work out, but I'm like slightly under risked on this. Is this a data? What even is this weird candle at 7 a.m.? You said, why do you switch between the minutes? Well, I take, like, in the current price leg, I look at whatever's the highest time frame gap in the current leg. So, like, in this case, the 2-minute is the highest time frame. But, like, let's say if there was a 3-minute gap in this leg, I would take, like, an inverse off the 3-minute. So, hopefully this 2-minute gap we formed over here can kind of hold us up. So we still haven't taken out this high just yet. This high is my break-even point up here. I just want to double check. Where do I really want to target? I'm trying to think if I should. Nah. Only because I'm on a losing streak. I feel like on a normal day, I might target a little higher, maybe, but not today. You said can't trade on Tradeovate nor TradingView. Yeah, Tradeovate's down, I think, right now. I don't know what their issue is. You said they don't want you to trade. I mean, Tradeovate's a broker. I mean, I feel like they don't care too much. I feel like Tradeovate is not. They're not the people losing money if you make money on prop firms. The prop firms are the ones. You said they don't have Thinkorswim support team. I know them well after yesterday. You said who's full porting FOMC today? Not me. I will be at work today. So the one thing I don't like is I'm holding this trade through like 10 a.m. So there's definitely a chance that like 10 a.m. could manipulate us down, stop me out, and then go my way. So I gotta hope that doesn't happen. But I mean, it's whatever. I mean, I feel like we are trending bullish. We've tapped into like 4-hour, 1-hour gaps. There's the S&T at all-time highs, but it's whatever. You said hopefully 10 a.m. will deliver to TP for you. Honestly, it could. There could be, like let's say 10 a.m. could manipulate up, hit my take profit, and then we could go down the rest of the day. So where did you learn ICT concepts? Well, honestly, I didn't learn ICT too much from ICT himself because I feel like he'd just be yapping, if that makes sense. So like I feel like I've learned his concepts a lot better from people like simplifying his concepts and making videos about it. So like I don't know if you're familiar with the guys over at like PB Trading, essentially like Patrick and Blake. They have like a series called like ICT for Dummies. It explains like ICT concepts, I think, pretty well. And you can also just search on YouTube if there's like any ICT concept you don't understand. You can just search it on YouTube, like explained. Because I'd much rather watch someone explain it over the course of like 10 minutes compared to watching ICT ramble on about it for like 15 hours. You said, have you seen Tear Up the ICT? Not really, no. I don't even know who that is. So, I mean, I know I just put check before. There's no 10 a.m. news I'm holding through. You know, I think it's funny though. People always ask me like, "Oh, why do you like Alpha?" And one of the reasons I always say is because like I'm like, "Oh, well, they use Tradeovate, and that's like a reliable platform." And like, of course, Tradeovate goes down after I always say that. I might be cooked here. There's no S&T at the high, right? I mean, there's no S&T at the high. So, I mean, this could be the 10 a.m. manipulation that's going to stop me out and then go up. So his style is different than yours, but interesting. Yeah, I might look into him later. So that 2-minute gap like barely held. There's probably a 3-minute gap or something. No, there's actually no 3-minute. There's no 4-minute. So yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, if we invert like this gap over here, like I'm even more cooked than I already am, but we barely held it. You said feels like Andrea uses deep charts, which is more for order flow, which most prop firms do not have. I mean, I know there's some prop firms that have order flow, and I think you might be able to have like your own personal account that has order flow, if that makes sense, and just look it on the side. You said I've always used Project X, but because of the outages, I've been using Tradeovate this week, and of course they're down the first week I used them. Yeah, dude, Tradeovate is never down. This is like an uncommon thing. I don't know why it's so hard to run a trading platform. You said I'm down 300, bro. Sorry to hear that. You said I don't like TradeVate's platform. At least one thing that's cool is you can link it directly to TradingView. But you said, do you know when TradingView is going to be back up? I wish I knew. Ooh, we inverted the 2-minute gap. It's not a good sign. You said, nah, I'm so cooked. I mean, don't say that yet. You're not down that bad. You said, Timmy, what's up, GC Trading Systems? How are you? I'm sure Tradeovate's definitely working to get it back up ASAP, but are you going to give me hope? You said caught a 60-point long on NQ on Tradeovate. It showed as a $20 loss. That's crazy. I gotta check on my Tradeovate, because, you know, last time I checked, it said market order pending. I gotta cancel that. Yeah, it still says market order working. Well, are we below 930? You said what happened to Tradeovate, man? I wish I knew. I know it's not just like one specific place though. It's like a Tradeovate thing. You said I tried. Yeah, it only worked. Yeah, I mean honestly, I have an order that's pending. You guys probably can't see this, but it's just stuck on working. It won't go through. Dude, these candles be moving crazy. How is this candle gonna come all the way up and then come back down? That was a big candle, honestly. And honestly, I feel like I'll get a lot more confident in this if we like come up and invert this like gap over here we created. Is there a 3-minute? No, there's no 3-minute gap. There's probably no 4-minute. So if we're able to close the gap, I'll be like confident in this again. So I mean, right now it's not looking the best, but I feel like my only hope at this point is like maybe CE of the wick. I mean, it could just go up now. CE just stands for like consequent encroachment, which basically is just a fancy word for equilibrium, 50%. You said I've been so disciplined since I started this account until one I'm about to pass. Honestly, I feel like that's how it be though. I feel like you feel like you're close to the finish line. You start like. You said I'm low key just gonna go and meditate. Not a bad idea. I've definitely heard traders say that meditating helps them. You said look at NQ up and down within this range. We need a break to prove direction. I mean, I feel like on the 4 hour, I feel like it's got a clear trend at least. The only thing is, like ES took out the all-time high. Oh, I'm looking at TradingView. Like the 4 hour, for example, like we're just trending up, up, up. There's still kind of targets above on NQ at least, but ES though already took all-time highs. And unfortunately, there are these relative equal lows like down here. Which, like, if this trade fails and it goes up anyway, like, I feel like it wanted to sweep these relative equal lows down here. But we'll see. You said there's a good short on the 5-minute inverse? You said there are gaps today too? Yeah, it's always ideal. I always love the days when we actually open up gaps. Oh my god, this is like the 2-minute fair value gap of doom up here. We cannot break through this. Should remember sideways before FMC. I mean, yeah, it'd be like that. You said we are currently at the exact same price for market open. It really is, honestly. You said rough PA for sure. Yeah, yesterday gave me hope. I'm probably getting stopped here. Dude, what is this price action? You're not even gonna stop me out. Well, I mean, I think there's even like a bigger SMT with ES now, because ES took out like both of these lows down here right now. I mean, I guess the SMT means nothing. Yeah, we're just gonna sweep out because there's relative. Yeah, that stopped out. Because honestly, I mean, I feel like the main thing going against me was there's like these relative equal lows. I might try another long if we take out those lows maybe and react up, but So I want to see it come a little lower and take out these lows. Maybe react off of that. I wonder, I hope we actually open up, maybe we can open up a 3-minute gap here. There's like no gaps in this leg down. Cool. Okay, so we took out the low I wanted to see get swept. I really want to see this 3-minute gap open up here. Maybe I could take an inverse off of that if we like kind of V-shape off that low. The only annoying thing is, honestly, I feel like knowing price action, we're probably not going to open up this 3-minute. And there's no 2-minute gap here. There's literally this stupid 1-minute. I hate this 1-minute. I gotta pray that we just chop for the next minute and 30 seconds. So we're going to open with 3-minute, which is cool. I mean, if we give like a V shape off this low, I'll definitely take a long. But I guess in a minute, we're going to open up a 4-minute as well. But we're probably not going to open up a 5-minute. We might not even open up this 4-minute. Because see, this is exactly the reaction I want to see though. Remember I was saying like a V shape up? So like whatever the highest time frame gap that gets opened up here is, I will definitely be taking an inverse off of this. And honestly, even like when I took that first trade, I literally was talking about, okay, well, if this trade does fail, the reason it would fail would be like there's relative equal lows down here. It needs to get swept, but they just got swept, right? So like we're not going to open up this 4-minute gap here. So this 3-minute gap is the highest time frame gap in this price leg. Honestly, I could go break even here, or I could even go break even like up here, honestly. I probably should go break even that first one. You said, do you know when trade of it will be back up? I don't think anyone knows. I mean, hopefully as soon as possible. So if we get this close to this, I'm ripping this. Oh my god, can you just chill out though? Give me a good close. So we have a minute until this candle closes. If we close through this 3 minute, I'm going to try this long. But only if we close through the 3 minute. Like, let's say if it starts pulling back the way it is now. Like, I will not be taking this, but... And the thing is, like, even if I wanted to take, like, a continuation short, it's not like we're really delivering from any 5 or 15 minute gap. But so we have like 30 seconds until this candle closes. I'm probably not getting an entry if I had to guess. Yeah, so that's not an entry. I'll wait until the next close. Maybe if the next candle wants to close stronger, I'll take it, but... What's up, scrolling forever? How are you? You know, I just keep checking if Trade Evate's up yet. It's still not. You said, I think some of the trading platforms and props purposely go down to prevent trading at times like these. I mean, I don't know. I feel like if they ever got caught doing that, though, I feel like they'd get in so much trouble. So I'm hoping in the next 1 minute we can like shoot up right now and give me a close through this 3 minute. You said, right, the SEC is always late. I mean, yeah. So if we close through this 3 minute gap, I'm going to try a long off this. This 3 minutes, the highest time frame gap in the current price leg. We swept out relative equal lows, higher time frame, like delivering from a 15-minute gap, higher time frame. So we have 20 seconds until this. You said, did you take any exciting trades so far? I wouldn't say exciting. I took one break even and I took one loss so far today. The loss I tried, they're basically both 2-minute longs. And I might try. We still didn't close to this gap. Oh, wait. That's a close to the gap. I'm in there. So I'm putting my stop loss down at the low. I can be in for one more contract, I feel like. Yeah. I'll just go for a 1-to-1. I'll show my executions in a second. So did you short gold and silver? Nah. So gold is up RN. I got a really good close on that. So this is a 3-minute inverse. I'm not gonna lie. I just want to target up here. Because I feel like in trading view, I'm considering 290. Oh, wait. Oh, no, this is just such a good close. Oh, I see what's going on here. I can get over a 1-to-1 at where I want to target. And if this trade fails, I'm done for the day at that point. Because this would be my second loss in the day. Like, I could show you, if we go to the 2-minute, I took, at first it was like this 2-minute inversion, kind of like over here. I got stopped to break even on that one. And then I took another 2-minute inversion, kind of over here. The only thing is, though, I kind of realized late into the trade, there were like relative equal lows with like this low down here. So I feel like they kind of low-key needed to get swept first. And I kind of like, I probably should have been more aware of that, but this trade in specific, though, like this is a 3-minute. Even if it fails, I kind of like the idea behind it. Like, we swept the relative equal lows. I'm like 90% sure we're delivering from a... Yeah, we swept... That's a low inside of a 15-minute gap. Okay, so we're delivering from a 15-minute gap. We're delivering from like a higher time frame low. We inverted the highest time frame gap in the current leg, which is a 3-minute. This is pretty much exactly what I look for in a setup, honestly. I mean, maybe not pre-FOMC is not what I look for, but it's got a lot of the conditions I like. You said we could go up RN. Yeah, I mean, I'm not too concerned. I mean, honestly, even if it hits my stop, like, it's really whatever. Like, the most I can do as a trader is just focus on executing properly. And, like, I mean, yeah, maybe that first 2 trades, maybe I should have been more aware of the relative equal lows. Like, I can keep mental note of that. But honestly, like, this 3-minute, I have no regret in taking it. You said, did it snow where you live? It snowed a lot where I live. It snowed a lot where I live. Did it snow where you live, Pren? You said we got 10 inches here. I heard New York got like 18. Honestly, I feel like I got a little more than that, honestly, but we got mad snow here. Like, I know when they like snowplow the roads, I feel like around the sides of the roads, there's like these huge mounds of snow like everywhere. And like in parking lots, there's like these huge mounds. Because they gotta put it somewhere, you know what I mean? You said not at all, ever my city was overreacting. That's good. So I feel like right now it's either gonna stop me out really quick or it might fly my way. I feel like it's gonna be one of the two. I feel like it's not gonna hang out here. You said, do you like to trade FOMC? I mean, they're not my favorite. I prefer to trade days with not FOMC, but I'm not like so scared of FOMC where I'm gonna not trade it. I mean, today I might be getting cooked because of FOMC, but honestly, I should do some more journaling though. Like if it would make sense for me to not trade FOMC, like well pre FOMC I should say, but in my experience it hasn't been that bad. But I should do some more testing. You said I used to live in upstate New York back in 1998 and the snow was insane that year. Went outside in the city the next morning, the cars were completely covered. You couldn't tell where they were. That's crazy. I know when I like in my driveway, when I shoveled my cars, like I pushed the snow off the top of the cars and like it like built this mound on the other side, if you know what I mean. So like it was almost like the snow was just coming off the car and just going right. Like I don't know, it was just almost over the car, if that makes sense, the snow. You said the problem with FOMC and earnings today is the big drops waiting, lots of fake outs and chop. Yeah, I mean, the morning so far is low-key been kind of choppy. I hope the 3-minute candle can close bullish. It's going to close in like 30 seconds. I don't know. I feel like if this thing closes really bearish, I'm definitely cooked. It's kind of like a doji. So I need it to like not react. You said you moved about on a tricycle? Nah, that was not me. I do not use a tricycle. I'm not that coordinated. I have a friend that can ride a tricycle, but not me. You said just pulling your leg, mate. Oh, okay. You said tricycle is easier than unicycle? You know, I don't know why. You know, you said tricycle, but in my head, I was imagining a unicycle. I don't know why. Oh, and also, just so you guys know, in case you didn't hear before, Alpha Futures is doing a 20% off sale for like today and tomorrow. So if you use my discount code, which is code TIMB272, it will get you 20% off all valuations. I personally like the zero plan. It's got no activation fee, but definitely check them out. I'm not going to lie. If I lose this trade today, I'm probably going to buy some more accounts at Alpha with the discount. He said a horse and cart. You said how many Alpha accounts do you have at once? You can have 3 accounts at once at Alpha. Ooh, am I cooked? Looks like Alpha might be getting my money today. Because if I lose this trade, I think I only have one trade left before I blow these accounts. So it's essentially like, just, I mean, I'll probably, it's essentially blown in my mind. This price action today is diabolical. Like, just stop me out. Okay, yeah, it stopped out there. So I'm done for the day. So I will recap the trades I took, because I took like 3 trades today. And also, I feel like one thing to tie on to that, in case you didn't hear me before, I will be dropping a video in like, what, an hour and a half on my YouTube explaining how I deal with losing streaks. So if you guys are also on a losing streak like I am, I feel like that's tons of great value in there. So be on the lookout for that. But essentially, so coming into the session, right? You can read my drawings. You can see my trading view, right? Yeah. So on the daily, I mean, I feel like we're trending up. We've tapped into this daily unfilled gap that I was talking about. I wanted to see it get hit for a long time. And ES actually took like the all-time high. Like this was the previous all-time high that we made like in earlier January in ES. So like there was an SMT at all-time highs, if that makes sense. So that is one thing going against me. But so on the 4-hour, like at market open, we did kind of pull back into this 4-hour gap, like right over here. I know it's not the greatest pullback, like we are kind of overextended, but nonetheless, like we still pulled back into a 4-hour gap, as well as on the 1 hour, right? We're also trading inside these 1-hour gaps. So I was saying like maybe we need to come down and tap into this other 4-hour, but I feel like we're moving so bullish, it might have not happened. So on the 15-minute, so we gotta mark out this low over here. So we were delivering from like, there's multiple like 15-minute gaps over here, right? Like another 15-minute gap like over here. So you can see like this candle right here, we essentially wicked down kind of at the open, right? So I was looking to take a long off of that. The thing I actually didn't realize at the time was that there were these relative equal lows down here. I definitely should have been more cautious of the relative equal lows. That's probably part of the reason I lost this first trade. Well, I took one break even first. So I took this 2-minute inversion. I waited for this close up here. I was just trying to go for a 1-to-1. So once we took out this internal high up here, I just went break even. So I got stopped at break even on that one. We actually offered another 2-minute inverse. So both these gaps, like both these 2 minutes were the highest time frame gap in the leg. Like let's say if there was a 3-minute, if there was like a 4-minute, I would have paid attention to that. But so we closed through both of these 2-minute gaps. And I also liked we did it really quickly, right? Like you can see in both cases, we create the gap and almost immediately we're inverting it. And both these candles closed really strong, right? Like if you look at the close of this candle, we closed all the way at the top of the candle. And this one too, we closed at the top of the candle. So it's showing displacement in that direction. So this second trade was actually the one that I lost on. So I wanted to go break even when we took that internal high up there, but neither NQ or ES took that internal high, right? So I ended up losing on this one. I mean, honestly, main reason I lost on this trade was there were these relative equal lows below. Like the thing was, I mean, the first trade, I feel like they were more relevant, I guess. I feel like the second trade, we put in an SMT. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention too is there is an SMT at the lows, right? So I want to say it was like from here to here. Yeah, because you can see ES took out that exact same low and reacted off of it very strongly. So we do have an SMT at those lows, right? So I tried that long. I mean, honestly, like, I know price action has been cleaning up. But, you said, Tim, what do you trade? Options? You know, no offense. I'm surprised you haven't noticed what I trade by now. I mean, I trade futures. Like, I mean, like, you know, like alpha futures, and like in the platform you see me execute on is like, see, like this is a futures trading platform, and like I trade NQ. Oh, I think my stream's gonna freeze for 1 second. Give me 1 second. Yeah, but like NQ is like the futures contract for Nasdaq. But so the last trade that I took was well, there's so many drawings here. What even is this? But so essentially the next trade that I took was a 3-minute inverse. So we came down, we took out those relative equal lows, right? So we inverted this 3-minute gap is the highest time frame gap in the current price leg. So we created that gap and almost immediately inverted it. Like 1 candle goes by, 2 candle goes by. Again, I feel like it's a strong close where we're closing at the top of the candle body. I was just going for approximately like a 1-to-1 on this as well. I mean, on this trade though, you said, I don't know if you realize if you're streaming Alpha Futures, not TradingView. I appreciate you saying that. Let me go back to where I was. So the next trade that I took is this 3-minute inverse over here. Because we came and we swept out these relative equal lows I was talking about. So if we go in the 15-minute, this looks like a lot cleaner, right? We took out this low over here inside of this 15-minute gap, and we had a very strong reaction out of it. So yeah, I mean, and like you heard me saying before, right? We closed this 3-minute gap pretty quickly. So I was going for a 1-to-1. So I mean, this trade again lost, right? I mean, so why these trades could have lost? Honestly, I could have been right in my bias. Maybe we had to retrace down this other 4-hour gap, because you can see like we actually tapped into this 4-hour gap and we're reacting off of it. Honestly, if I didn't, I wonder if this would have stopped me at break even, because you know, honestly, if I did not take that first one, that first loss, and I only had 1 loss in the day, I might have considered something like this, but I mean, it's too late now. Because like I follow my rules blindly. Like if I take 2 losses on the day, I just stop trading. So I feel like when I keep trading past 2 losses, that's when I really like dig myself in a bad hole, if that makes sense. But yeah, I mean, I pretty much, yeah, I don't got anything else to say. I mean, yeah, so I mean, I'll stay on for a couple more minutes and answer any questions you guys have. But that's pretty much all I've got for today. I mean, I took 2 L's. I mean, trade evade's down. Honestly, it's the morning before FOMC, though. It's whatever. I should do some more back testing on how I perform morning before FOMC, honestly. But also, in case you guys didn't hear before, like I said before, Alpha Futures is doing a 20% off discount for the next like 2 days. So if you use my discount code, which is code TIMB272, that'll get you 20% off all evaluations at Alpha. And also, join my free Discord if you're not in there already. It's in my pinned comment. It's also linked to my profile. You guys are welcome to tag me anytime in there, ask me any questions. I can't guarantee I'll get back to you in a timely fashion, but I do my best to get back to everyone in there. You said, do you think it's smart to trade Top Step risking 2K to make 1.5? Do you pass them slowly? So, I mean, if you haven't gotten any payouts, like if you're reinvesting payouts back in, like that's one thing. And like, you know, you're a profitable trader. But if you have no payouts, like if you don't have multiple payouts, honestly, I wouldn't recommend risking that much, because that's like an easy way to dig yourself in a hole, right? Like even if you pass them quickly, if you're not the best trader, you could just keep blowing express accounts. And it's like next thing you know, you have like, you're in debt. You said, I'll be here for a while today. I don't want to. Yeah, honestly, I feel like we're in a good area to react bullish now, maybe, but you said, I really don't have experience trading during FOMC. Have you tried trading after the news drop? I mean, honestly, I don't trade PM session. Like, I focus on New York AM session. So I really don't know how my strategy performs. Oh, you said, yeah, I'm reinvesting my first payouts and I wanted to scale. I think I might take a couple tries, but they're kind of cheap with no activation fees. I mean, yeah, they are cheap with no activation fees. I mean, if you're confident in your strategy and you're reinvesting payouts, I mean, it's something you could do, but I wouldn't say, like, just be careful. Like, let's say if you keep taking, like if you take, oh, I blow this eval, I blow this eval, I blow this eval. Like, don't just nonchalant blow 10 evals, though, if you know what I'm saying. That's just the danger in doing that. Oh, and also, I think one other thing I forgot to say, in case you guys didn't hear before, I will be dropping a video on my YouTube at like 12 a.m. 12 like noon Eastern Standard Time. So in like a little bit over an hour. So it's gonna be like on the topic of like how I deal with losing streaks. Because honestly, I'm on a pretty bad losing streak right now. So it's pretty much me explaining how I'm not like going on tilt, how I'm not like getting upset, how I'm not going crazy, I'm not over leveraging, sticking my plan. You said what risking 2K to make 1.5? Why is the risk huge? Risk is different in size. You could buy 100. Well, I mean, because the risk is huge, because at Top Step, they let you lose $2,000. So if you lose one trade, you blow the valuation. You said set stop loss to 80, then risking 100? Just 20 bucks? Well, I mean, it's more like Top Step combines, but... I guess that's pretty much all I've got to say. So, what's the dumbest thing you've bought with a payout? Interesting question. I'm trying to think. You know, I bought a bunch of random things with payouts. I used to have this thing on my notes where I used to write down things I'd buy with the payouts. I mean, I bought like wallets. I bought gym clothes. I don't know. I'm trying to think of it. Nothing's really standing out to me. Honestly, how about this? The dumbest, I mean, maybe this wasn't 100% the dumbest thing, but I've rented a Corvette with payouts once. And I feel like the mindset I kind of had in that, where I was like, oh, it's like motivation for me. Like, I want to see what I'm working toward, if that makes sense. But like, honestly, I feel like at the end, I was like, damn, I just paid like, how much did I pay? It was like, I want to say like $300 a day, and I had it for like 5 days. So I want to say it was like $1,500 or something like that. Or maybe I got a discount. But it was basically a lot of money to rent a Corvette. And then I was like, damn, like, I press my foot in the gas, this thing goes vroom vroom, but it's like, it's not that cool. I don't know. You said looking forward to the video. We'll definitely be watching it. I have a big problem with events trading. Need more Nancy FX motivation in my life. That's mad funny. You said bought yourself a new tricycle to move around. Nah, you know, with my next payout, though, I'm working toward a new tricycle. Yeah, you're right. You said make a new rule within... Yeah, I feel like setting rules for yourself can always help, too, when you overtrade. Like, I feel like if you predefine, like, okay, this session, like, I'm not going to take more than 2 trades. And it's like, it doesn't matter if there's the most obvious entry ever. I feel like you've already set to yourself. Like, I set X amount of trades. You said, heck, you could buy one for me, too. You said that's not dumb? I mean, yeah, no, it's not dumb. I mean... I feel like it's something I can look back on and see, like, I got the experience that I'm working toward, if that makes sense. Because one day down the line, I definitely want a nice car. Damn, we're still moving bearish. You said what ticker is hot for tricycles, RN? You know, I'm going to cancel my order in TradingView. I think, Tradeovate is still down, I'm pretty sure. Because I had some pending order, but there's no shots can get filled. You said, who knows I live in Switzerland? It's a cool place. What's the wrong phone? You said Tesla dumping? Interesting. Is my YouTube glitching? Why is it? It's gotta be. You know, I have time. I'll look at Tesla real quick. Tesla is dumping. I feel like Tesla's low-key like bearish. Higher time frame. You said, yeah, man, just sticking those rules can be difficult at points. I know what I'm doing wrong, but for some reason, I'm not stopping myself. It's just something I have to work on. Honestly, I mean, Like, one thing I've done to work on, I mean, obviously you'll see the video, but like, I think one of the things, I'm pretty sure I told you this in the video, is like, honestly, make like a physical sheet of paper where you write like all the dates and if you followed your rules, yes or no. And if you break your rules, make sure you have to write out exactly what you did wrong. Because then it's like the more mistakes you get, like you look and you're making this page bigger and bigger and bigger. And it's like one day you're going to come to write about how you like broke your rules and you're going to look at that sheet and be like, oh my God, for the past like 20, like let's say 20 days over the past 2 months, I've broken my rules. And you can see yourself writing every day, like I made the same mistake over and over again. And eventually I feel like when you're stuck in a cycle like that, I feel like one of the best ways to get out of it is just get to a point when you're like so kind of disgusted with your own actions, if that makes sense. Like me personally, like I used to be such an emotional trader. I used to take the shittiest trades ever. Like it was a joke, honestly. So one day I was making this journal. I was journaling all my trades and I added a column saying, did you follow your rules? And one day I came here and I was like, oh my God, for the past 3 weeks, like it looks like 2 to 3 days a week I violate my rules. I'm not executing the way I promised myself. And it's like, at the end of the day, like I feel like I don't know, I was telling myself, like, what type of man are you if you can make a promise to yourself and you can't follow through with it? Like, how can you make a promise to someone else? How can you be there for the people in your life if you can't keep a promise to yourself, right? So, like, one day, I just sat there and I have no idea what clicked in my brain, but I was like, okay, like, I'm gonna start taking life seriously. I can't keep making the same mistakes. And I don't know what happened. I woke up the next morning and I literally was so locked in. You said do something like egg timer or phone timer, put yourself on a timeout. I mean, yeah, and if you trade like on I know Tradevate's added all these functions. Like for example, like if you trade Project X, like if you hit the manual lockout, I can lock myself up for 15 minutes. I can do it for half an hour, an hour. I can do a custom duration, right? I could lock myself out for like 2 minutes. Oh, until this certain time, right? Or like I'll lock myself out for the day. And even on like Tradeovate, whenever this is going to take a second to load. So I'll log in my Lucid account. Where is it? So I know somewhere, see it says risk settings. So you can see, like, look, you can set a daily loss limit. You can set a weekly loss limit. You can set a daily profit trigger, a weekly profit trigger. So essentially, if let's say if I lose like $1,000 on the day, it'll literally like lock out my account for the rest of the day. So it's not like, it changes it from a thing where it's like, it's not self-discipline. It's more like a platform is locking you out and you can't do anything about it. And I feel like in my head too, like as an emotional trader, I feel like the uncertainty can kind of get to you, right? It's like when you think, oh, should I do this? Like you're going back and forth, you're tempted. But if a platform is locking you out and the platform itself is literally telling you that you can't trade anymore, you're like, whatever, I can't trade anymore. And I feel like it's easier to like follow your rules. You said that's the definition of discipline right there, Tim. Good self-talk. Appreciate that, MCO too. You said, NQ bouncing off a 9 EMA. I mean, yeah, honestly, I'm done for the day. I lost enough money today. I mean, I'll come back tomorrow. It's the morning before FOMC. You said, yeah, I will say I will try, but in the end, it's a mental battle for myself to get through. Thankfully, I use the daily loss limit because that's how I mean, yeah, that's great. Use a daily loss limit. I feel like, and like, I can give you advice for what worked for me, but I say this all the time. Like, every single person's different. Like, what worked for me as a trader isn't necessarily going to work for you. Like, my brain is wired differently than your brain. So, like, yeah, I can use my like journaling method. I can use my like just seeing it all in front of me method, right? But at the end of the day, like, something totally different might work for you. You said that's your internal greed messing with you? Yeah, I feel like people get internal greed. You said, do you use EMAs? Not really. I used to use EMAs a long time ago, but I right now, I just focus on like liquidity and fair value gaps. Because I really couldn't find a really good way to like implement EMAs in my current strategy. And I also feel like if you start adding too many things, it can get kind of confusing. One thing, honestly, I do want to incorporate is maybe order flow. But I feel like I want to get a little more consistent with my trading now, if that makes sense. Because I feel like order flow should be a confluence. It shouldn't be my whole strategy, if that makes sense. But do I have Tesla pulled up? Why? I put NQ back. You said I only use one and have used it for years. Oh, well, out of curiosity, what is it the 9 EMA? Is that what you were saying? I know someone said the 9 EMA. Or is it the 21 maybe use? Yeah, NQ is just slowly trending down. You said 34 EMA, but don't tell anyone, please. Oh, I mean, okay, I won't tell anyone. I got you. Very honestly, I've never even heard of that. Interesting. You said a top secret. Okay, I got you. And honestly, I mean, I'm not taking this, but I wonder. I mean, I'm not taking this, but if I didn't take 2 losses today, I'd probably be looking to see this 3-minute get inversed. I'm just thinking out loud, but because sometimes I like to review at the end of the session, like how the other trades presented would have played out. And if I was still trading, I would have tried this, but I mean, I'm done. You said 100% also the fact I see the light at the end of the tunnel. I'm semi-eligible for a payout. My account's in the negative with no buffer. I mean, you're halfway there, because some people get the balance, but they can't get the winning days, which I know sounds crazy to say, but there's a lot more people than you think that come here and they tell me, like, Tim, I was up like 3K on an account, and then I couldn't get 5 winning days, and I blew the account. And like, honestly, even I've done similar things. There was one account where I was like, I think I was really close to payout, but essentially I just needed winning days. I was risking kind of heavy, but I ended up blowing the account. Only once. I feel like I've learned from my mistake, though. Yeah, so I'm not going to lie. I'm probably going to wrap it up here. I don't think I have anything else to say. But I do appreciate all you guys stopping by. Take advantage of that discount out futures if you haven't already. So I feel like pain been trading for it, never taking a payout. I mean, yeah, eventually if you never give up, you'll take a payout. But yeah, and also, anything else? Oh yeah, and watch my video. I'm going to be dropping in about an hour. But I do appreciate every single one stopping by. Have a good rest of your day. Peace out, guys.